Hi everybody, this is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka Boobot1987. This is my review for today, and today's review, ladies and dudes, well, this is it everybody. This is the most biggest moment that everybody has been waiting for, and since my last top 5 list of the top 5 most shocking anime plot twists of all time, and this time, it is time for all of us to end up this movie review for the year 2012. And also, coming really soon, I will do my later on movie reviews that's coming in for the future in the year 2013. But I will tell you this after I finish up this movie review. So, without further ado, ladies and dudes, let's head on to my 11th movie review of The Dark Crystal. One of the best Jim Henson films of all time. One of the most underrated movies from the years in the 1980s. And truly one of my childhood favorites. So anyway, ladies and dudes, here we go. My 11th movie review is The Dark Crystal. So, the movie starts off it took place around 1,000 years ago in another Earth. There were 2 mysterious creatures appeared in the world, who is one that's good and the other is evil. The good guys are the mystics, these creatures who are very kind and peaceful, and they just want to do peaceful things. While the other ones are the Skeksis, who are evil and cruel, and they really want to kill off so many good creatures who hadn't done anything wrong for many, many years. But anyway, as you may know, there's going to be a great conjunction coming, and to tell you the truth is, there's only one little shard that's missing from a very mysterious jewel called the Dark Crystal. And that shard needs to be returned to the Dark Crystal once before the Great Conjunction comes. So the only hope to find, save the Dark Crystal and turn everything back to normal is by the hands of a very young, good-looking gelfling named Jen. He is on a journey to find the shard and take it back to the Dark Crystal where it belongs before the Great Conjunction will come. Along in his journey, he has a couple allies and friends who helped him out on his journey. Just these 3 good characters. One is Ogre, a funny-looking creature who only has 1 eye. The other is a very beautiful gelfling named Kira, who has the power to call animals, and she's one of these beautiful gelflings who has wings where she can fly. And the last one is a cute little 2-legged dog named Fizzgig, who's just like a dog in some ways. It's hard to describe that cute creature, but anyway, these 3 good characters did help out Jen on the most important journey of his life, and try to save the world before the Skeksis will rule the world forever. So there's only a couple of questions remain in this movie. Will ever Jen can put the shard back to the Dark Crystal where it belongs? Will the Skeksis destroy Jen's chance to save the world before it's too late? Or what's going to happen to the world before the Great Conjunction will come? So anyway, ladies and dudes, that is my whole entire plot of The Dark Crystal. And I guess you want to know is, ladies and dudes, what the heck do I think about this movie? To tell you the truth is, ladies and dudes, I frickin' love it. It had a really good storyline. I love the characters, well, except for the Skeksis. I do like the imageries, the puppet designs. I really love the score overall. That's the best part about the movie. I just love everything above, even if there is a a couple little weak points in this movie that'll be something that doesn't need to be in the film, if you know what I mean. So let's head on to the strongest points and the weakest points of the movie. I will say my strongest points of The Dark Crystal is a tie. Just a tie between the puppet designs and the score. I want to say about the puppet designs, it is so darn well done. I love every single details of these wonderful puppets that has the most beautiful faces for every single creature in this movie. I love the Gelflings. I love the Mystics. Don't get me wrong, I think the Skeksis puppet designs look pretty good too. I love the Podlings, and I love the design for Fizzgig, and Ogres looks pretty good. I will say I just love all the above. I will say the people from the Jim Henson Company did a fantastic job working so hard on these beautiful puppet designs I have ever seen in this movie. And also for the score, it is so darn well done. It is the most epic score I have ever heard in this film. It is beautiful, it is very mysterious, very unknown. I mean, I love it all the above. The score is so freaking awesome. And the Dark Crystal score is definitely one of my all-time favorite movie scores. And truly one of the most underrated scores that you'll ever heard in this film. It's so darn unique, it's so darn rare, it's very, very beautiful in so many ways. So I will say for the strongest points is the puppet design and the score. And now let's go on to the most weakest point of this movie. And I hate to say it, there were only 2 weak points I found in this movie that is so darn bad. The first one will have to go to the Skeksis. I will say the Skeksis were not the most memorable characters in the whole entire movie because they are nothing but evil, nasty creatures who want to do bad things and all that stuff. And they are very ugly. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, they are ugly in so many ways, but there was one Skeksis I do like in the movie, and this Skeksis is the one who has a horn. And I wish that Skeksis should have been the emperor for all the Skeksis, I guess. There is a picture of him. Yeah, this is the one. This is one of the Skeksis I do like in this movie, so I wish he should have been the emperor instead of that general dude. And the other weak point of the movie was the part what the Skeksis had done to Chamberlain after that general won the challenge of trial by stone. To tell you the truth is, I really don't like the part where the Skeksis had tortured Chamberlain, ripped off all of his clothes, because isn't that way too much information in this film? You know, too much things that involves adultish, I guess. It was one of the most scariest parts I have ever seen in this movie, and I wish they never add that scene in the movie, because it's the first time we see a Muppet movie that involves nudity. Oh, brother. That's one thing I'm not freaking surprised of, and I did see that on TV a few times on the Disney Channel many, many years ago. So I wasn't freaking surprised to see some puppet nudity in a film. But I think that was way too adultish in my opinion. I wish they should never add that scene in the movie. So anyway, those are my 2 biggest weaknesses in the movie, are the Skeksis and that part that involves too much information. And now let's go on to the characters. And I will say there's only 4 good characters I do like in this movie that are truly the most likable and the memorable characters ever. First off, let's go with Ogra. This funny-looking creature who has one eye. I will say she is definitely one of the most likable characters in the whole entire movie. She's very funny, she's very entertaining, sometimes she talks too much, but at least she's a very good explainer, and she told Jen about the story when she was really young, and she knows what the Great Conjunction is all about, and all that stuff. So I really like Ogre. She's a really, really cool character. The second one will go to be Figsgig, Kira's pet doggy. I will say Figsgig is definitely one of the most funniest characters I have ever seen in this movie. All I know, it can growl and just do the Oh, Figsgig. I wish there was something else I could say about this character, but overall, I love Figsgig. He's such a cute, a 2-legged dog who has that cute little growl. Even if it's furry, I guess. Okay. The third character will be Kira, Jen's love interest, or just the best friend in the movie. I will say about Kira, she is definitely one of the most beautiful characters I have ever seen in this movie. She's very beautiful, she's so sweet, she's kind. She's one of the best gelflings who does have a pure heart. And she has the power to talk to animals, and thanks to the podlings, they taught her how to talk to animals in a different language. And I will say Kira is definitely one of the most smartest characters in the whole entire movie, and I really love her personality, her attitude, her grace and beauty. She's all the above. I love Kira overall. And now let's go on to the biggest character in the whole entire movie is this young gelfling right here named Jan. I will say for Jan, he is a very kind and lovable character. He has the courage to go on a journey all by himself, and it's up to him to find the shard and put it back to the dark crystal where it belongs. And I trusted this character all the way in the whole entire movie, and he's one of the best characters ever in the whole entire movie. I really love his personality, his attitude, and he's one of the smartest gelflings who can read words and all that stuff. And he does care about the oldest, wisest mystic who raised him and all that stuff. So overall, I will say Jen is a really cool character overall. And now let's head on to my final thoughts of the Dark Crystal. Overall, the Dark Crystal is one of the best fantasy movies of all time. It had a good storyline, good characters, set for the Skeksis. I love the puppet designs, I love the score, and I will say I love it all the above. It is a pretty good movie, and I sure hope and pray that the people need to get going of the Dark Crystal too, and I really, really want to see that movie so badly. So anyway, ladies and dudes, for my rating from 1 to 10, I decided to give the Dark Crystal a 9 out of 10. So you better check out this movie, or if you haven't seen this movie, I'm sure the Skeksis will hunt you down and take you down for the count and all that stuff. So anyway, please check out this movie. It is truly one of the best movies in the 80s, and we gotta thank Jim Henson for working so hard in this film, and this is his all-time best. So anyway, ladies and dudes, that is my 11th movie review of The Dark Crystal. I hope you enjoyed this movie review. And here we go. Coming really soon in my later on projects in the year 2013, my next movie reviews to come are Tron Legacy, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, Batman Forever, Castle in the Sky, and The Night Museum 2, The Battle of Miss Sodium. So be prepared for my latest projects to come, and I will see you all later. Sayonara.